Aloha! What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Omens. I'm JayDreamerZ, and I'm back. Thank you guys so much for your support to help me and my family to go on vacation up in the Grand Tetons up near Yellowstone. We had a blast, and I'll probably talk more candidly about my vacation and say thank you and stuff over on Patreon and let you guys know how that went and stuff. But we had a good time, and this segment right here is called Omens, and this is where we talk about the omens of the apocalypse. I believe that the apocalypse is on the way. I see the signs and the omens all over the place, harbingers, things that Mother Nature shows to us in advance so that we can read the times that we're in, and they help us to be better prepared, you know, to have a timing. One of the things I study is eschatology, and one of the first things that people ask me is, when's it going to happen? When is the end? When is it coming? And I always tell people, I don't know, honestly, and nobody knows, honestly. However, we can know when it's close. We can know when it's near by reading the signs that are happening within us, humanity, taking a look at ourselves, being people watchers, taking a look at the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, what's happening with the earth, extreme weather phenomenon, the things that are increasing and decreasing. And we're going to start here with something that one of you sent to me, actually. This is really interesting. Somebody caught ball lightning on camera. This is not just any old ball lightning either. This is gigantic ball lightning. Let's take a look at this video.
It's going for a long time.
A ball of light hovers over a field.
Looks like a fireball, but not really. It's the wrong color.
And this couple from Rich Valley, Alberta, was mesmerized.
After a rather vicious lightning strike, we saw the ball of fire kind of retain, 20 feet above the ground.
The cell phone video was captured an hour northwest of Edmonton by Ed and Melinda Party.
Now you can see it's actually moving as well. So this is on the news, okay? A lot of times people don't capture ball lightning, or if they do capture it, it remains a mystery. People don't automatically label it ball lightning. They'll try to say it's all kinds of other things. Oh, in the chat, I have the game. I finally have the game in the chat where there's like a number 1 through number 10 of top chatters. That's great. I've seen other people have that game, and I think it's so cool, and I'm excited. Well, good luck, everybody, playing the chat game. Anyways, so ball lightning right here. Check that out. Let's check out the rest of this video, and I'm going to comment on it.
It shows the ball of light for about 20 seconds before it disintegrates. They were under a tornado watch and experiencing a thunderstorm before it disintegrates. They were under a tornado watch and experiencing a thunderstorm Wednesday evening when they saw this about a kilometer away from their home.
Yeah, it was moving horizontally above the ground. Incredibly bright, too.
It was very bright.
It was really bright.
Now, off in the distance, they see something glowing there.
But what exactly is it, according to what?
Now, this next portion, I'm not going to play this next portion. They're going to say, what exactly is it? Nobody really knows. I'll tell you exactly what I believe ball lightning is, which is it's an amplification of electrical charge in the air whenever you have a discharge in the atmosphere that ionizes the surrounding gases. However, it's not just that. Otherwise, the lightning would just dissipate and the plasma would just dissipate. What it does under special circumstances is it creates a magnetic field, toroidal in nature, that acts as a cage to keep the plasma that is inside of that magnetic field trapped and circulating about, and it stays there until that magnetic field fluctuates and dissipates. Then the plasma will also dissipate and it'll fizz out. And that's what ball lightning is. There's been thousands of documentations of ball lightning. Now we're starting to capture it. People will say, well, we didn't have the technology before. All right, listen, it's happening more these days as the oceans are heating up. The oceans are releasing massive amounts of gases right now, specifically oxygen. Whenever the waters heat up, they start to release the oxygen that's contained inside of the water. That's gas. That gas, that oxygen, can ionize. When oxygen ionizes, you know what color it turns? That color right there. It turns bluish white. This is the exact color that oxygen turns. I'm not saying that one in particular is oxygen that's been ionized or oxygen plasma, but it is plasma nonetheless. And these are the types of things that you can expect to see during or after the next apocalyptic cycle, whenever the atmosphere is electrically charged everywhere, all over the place. You'll see these types of balls of light, and they'll last much longer than this one did. This one's actually pretty long lasting as far as ball lightning goes. I've got another video here on it too. I'll play this.
A rare and mysterious thunderstorm phenomenon occurred in Rich Valley, Alberta last week, and it was captured on camera by Global News watchers Ed and Melinda Party. This glowing blue ball of light is called ball lightning, and it appeared behind their home just moments after a very intense lightning strike occurred. It lasted for about 23 seconds before they heard a pop sound, and then the light quickly disappeared. Now, although ball lightning is very rare, there actually have been over 10,000 reports of these from around the world.
Okay, I'm gonna cut her off real quick. I want to talk about this some more. Okay, now I've used a reference to a pop culture cult classic movie that's called Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And some of you older people may remember the cartoon Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. As somebody that studies movies, okay, I don't just watch movies, I study them because I believe that they're reflecting back to us hidden truths, lost truths, those things that are locked away in our collective subconscious, that they manifest whenever we use our creative abilities, that we can't truly make up anything that's brand new. We're just plucking from the ether. Right? In other times, in other cases, people do know. But these are your killer tomatoes. They're not actual tomatoes. There is a side to that that's true as far as plants becoming gigantic in the post-apocalyptic world and growing at extremely fast rates, so much so that they appear to just be moving about, vines and stuff that will wrap around and snatch people. So there's some truth to the actual plant portion of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, but this right here is the actual blob. This is, and if you pay attention, the word blob will start coming up a lot in your media these days, okay? But blobs, this is what this is, a blob of light or plasma, and it's a gigantic self-contained ball. It's not really a ball though, okay? It's called a toroidal field. What it's doing is it's moving upward and outward, and then it's folding back in on itself, right? And it's keeping its own energetic charge contained by the magnetic field that it's created for itself. And this thing's gigantic. Now, if you were near that, you have an electrical field as well. And you'll hear these people later on, they were like, yeah, I'm glad it was really far away because that looks pretty powerful, and they're right. So these things in the post-apocalyptic world, you should worry about. These are things that you should probably stay away from, because depending upon your electromagnetic field, it will chase you. It will be attracted to you, and they'll roll in your direction. So you'll stay away from these things. Same thing with plasma dragons or the seraphim or plasma filaments and little, strings of plasma that move about in the air, fireworms and such, right? Fiery serpents and stuff.
World dating all the way back to the 12th century. Reports from pilots, sailors, scientists, and everyday people. But only a handful of them have actually been documented in a video this well.
Now, I will also say I did a great compilation on ball lightning as far as actual video evidence of it and the different most compelling video evidence that I've found scouring the internet, and you can find that here on my page under the Ancient Oblivion tab or the Plasma Apocalypse tab. It's on one of those two, I can't remember right now, but it's about 10 minutes long and it's just got really compelling examples. It does not include this one. This one is amazing. So check this out.
Just above the ground, and they sort of float or hover right above where the lightning strike actually occurred. However, there have been reports of these balls actually moving, and sometimes even moving through windows and moving indoors.
I will also disagree with that one, okay? So plasma cannot move through windows. It's a physical object. So it's not going to go through doors. It's not going to go through windows. What it can do is it can get through crevices like under your door or keyholes or things of that nature. And what it also can do is it can ionize the gas that's on the other side of it if it's strong enough of a charge, and it can appear to go through it. It's not really going through it, it's stopping at the physical barrier, which is the window. That's the same reason why plasma balls can't, the plasma inside of a plasma ball can't jump out of the plasma ball. It's restrained by the glass. But if it's a powerful enough charge, it's possible that it could ionize the air, the electricity could pass through, and it can ionize the air on the other side of it, which does happen. And in that case, if you were to watch it, it seems like it's passing through the object, but it's not. It's the electrical charge passing through the object. The plasma will dissipate on one side, and it'll ionize once again on the other side. So in a way, I guess it sort of passes through it, but it technically does not. So this is amazing that we're seeing these things. Towards the end of recorded time, before we start our timekeeping methods over again, we see and will see and continue to see a rise in the things that are to come. They are harbingers, they're signs, they're Mother Nature, God, however you want to see it, showing us what is on the way, right? Like little previews. All right, cool. Let's continue on, see what else we got. The US has a plan to breed millions of flies and drop them from planes. Here's why. It's satanic. That's why. I'll tell you right now. It's Beelzebub, the Lord of the Flies. We talked about this last time, but I feel this is a pretty huge omen whenever your government, which is the US, not you guys, okay? You're not the US. Let's just be clear and let's just state things as a fact. I'm not the US. I have no part. I have no say-so. Don't talk to me about votes or any of that stuff. The US is a select group of people, a select few people that decide what to do to all of you. Okay? They're going to drop millions of flies onto you, especially if you live in Texas. This is the area where they're planning on doing this. Why? Because there's other flies that they would like to get rid of, and these flies will go hurt those ones or eat those ones or whatever. Sounds like fighting fire with fire to me, but just the fact that they're preempting this type of plague, right? It's basically a plague of flies, just like in the biblical Exodus and whatnot. And this has happened many different times. You're going to see a plague of different types of insects that happen naturally, not man doing it, not humans doing it, but different plagues are going to start coming about because of the extreme changes in weather, specifically, that's happening in our world. You're going to start seeing huge plagues of different types of insects. The ultimate plague will come in the form of those inner earth gigantic insects, different types and different varieties, but the flying ones first because they can fly. These are the locusts of the book of Revelation. They will come up when the inner earth depressurizes. It will depressurize. It will release all of its geoplasmas and inner earth gases and stuff, which will act as a current, which will just push all of those insects that are inside of those nearby cave systems up into our world where they flood out. And they will flood this world. That will be the ultimate plague, the last one. And let's see. Let's skip on through. This one says it's official. The Earth's rotation is accelerating. Hold on. Let me make this big. See, this is important. This is very important, actually. It's official. The Earth's rotation is accelerating, and days will be shorter. Let me highlight that for you. This is biblical prophecy. Jesus himself said, when his followers asked him, when's the apocalypse going to happen? Right? They're his followers and subscribers and stuff. That's the first question they ask him. When's the apocalypse going to happen? He says, nobody knows the day or the hour, but you can know the signs of the times and determine how close it is. And he says, watch the days. They will shorten for the sake of the elect, for the sake of the chosen, who have the wisdom to watch the world that they're in, to observe themselves and their surroundings, to determine how close the times are. The days will be shorter, says Jesus Christ of the Bible. Okay? And here you go. And this is not the only article. This is on the news. This is everywhere. The Earth's rotation. Now, I told you guys a while back, right? A long time ago, whenever we started talking about how there will be the shortening of the days. And I said the only way they can explain this is by saying that the Earth is speeding up its rotation. That's the only academic way that you could possibly explain this, because that determines days and how long a day lasts on the academic model, right? I don't want to get too much into cosmology and stuff, but it doesn't matter. Whatever model you have, whatever your cosmology, whatever your worldview, sweet. The days are still becoming shorter. Now academics, these articles and stuff, they'll tell you it's a tiny bit shorter. It's barely noticeable. Then why are you even making an article about it? Right? You're being warned. Woundsocket Truth Seeker in the chat. Good to see you. Just joined the Good Vibe Tribe. You got a little notification action going on down there. Let me move these alerts a little higher up so you guys can see those. All right, cool. So the shortening of the days. I got another article that's about it too, somewhere. But before I do that, let me plug my Patreon. So if you'd like to support my work, go over to Patreon. That's where everybody's going right now. If you go over to Patreon, you can join the chat. There is an active chat right here. If you click on this, for example, right, we got all these different chats. This is the visitor chat. So let's click on that and check it out. You guys can meet each other, say hello, share pictures, just like this one's from Denise Hamilton. She shared this amazing picture of the structure. You guys can comment and leave little emoji reactions on the pictures and stuff. And if you're a member, I've got special chats just for you. I've got a vintage map chat. Joseph Humphrey, good to see you. High five. So vintage maps, this is where I post different maps from my own personal collection up here. You guys can post yours as well. I've got an Omens section. So if you want to share your Omens, just like Daniela has, right? And just like Jen and just like Daniela again, and we ain't having it. All these people are sharing their own personal Omens over here on my Patreon. You can also share your thoughts and images from the old world, things that might support strange events, strange things, and why the old world was so different from the modern world. We've got strange geology as a chat. All these different topics where you can come in, and I've got my own little articles that I'll post about these pictures and stuff. Woundsocket Truth Seeker just donated 5 JayDreamerZ memberships, channel memberships. That was very awesome of you. Thank you. We got, of course, the Plasma Apocalypse chat as well, where you can talk about the Plasma Apocalypse, ask questions if you'd like to, make comments and stuff, and one of my favorites, the Mandela Effect. Okay, so I'll post some of my favorite Mandela effects over here. Like you guys might remember, Shaggy's Adam's apple used to exist, but it doesn't anymore. That is my Patreon. So if you want to come check it out, head over to patreon.com/JayDreamerZ, and it'll take you, should take you right over there. Let's see, there's a lot of other cool stuff on my Patreon. I post videos and all kinds of stuff too. This is my website. Might as well plug that real quick too. So if you want to book me, if you want me to be on your YouTube channel as a guest speaker, I don't charge or anything for that. Like, you know, as long as I can promote my work and my books and stuff, I'll be happy to jump on and, you know, chat with you guys. You know, just send me an email, which is in this section right here. Here's Omens, where I'm posting the different Omens, Ancient Oblivion, the main menu where you can find the Esoteric Library, the Members Wall, the Hall of Flame, which is the newest edition I'm working on. The Plasma Apocalypse section, of course, and my books and my merch right behind me over here. If you want to check out my different merch that I have and my books, this is where you can find it. And there's some Easter eggs all throughout my website. There are secret pages all throughout my website. Not many people have found them, I will tell you that. But I'll give you a clue. If you want to find the first one, it's right here on the home page, and it's one of these words that's colored differently. So if you click on one of those, you might just find your very, very first JayDreamerZ Easter egg on my website. Now, I'll tell you, I made that one easy on purpose. The rest of them, it's a rabbit hole. Have fun with that. All right, next up. This article says Earth, oh, this is the other one. Earth is going to spin much faster over the next few months. So fast that several days are going to get shorter. Eric Lackey just subscribed to my channel. High five, Eric Lackey. So here's another one. Now, let's listen to what they say. Differences in gravitational pull between the Earth and the Moon. This is why they're so ridiculous. And then they show you the globe. Hold on, everyone. That cracks me up. Anyways, in short, the days are shortening, okay? Now, in addition to the days shortening, I predict, and I'm telling you I believe wholeheartedly, the days are going to get hotter and hotter, specifically the sun or the focal point that exists above us, is going to redistribute its light into what we call daytime in thinner spectrum, or it's going to focus, basically. Daylight is going to get so hot that it will burn people. And your governments are going to start protecting you, and they're going to start insisting, they're going to start passing laws and ordinances and all kinds of stuff to keep you safe. You know, I mean, I don't blame them. You see how people are today. They're not very intelligent. But they're going to keep you out of the daylight if this is true. Okay, if what I'm saying is true, is that the focal point is getting hotter, that we're going through a color spectrum shift, and that the sun itself used to be yellow, used to be red before that, orange, somewhere around there, and now it's blindingly white with a dash of blue. It will get more blue, it will get hotter, and people will hide from the sun. And people will start building their houses underground. You'll notice that all of the elites are starting to build these underground bunkers. It's not just for the event. It's not just for doomsday. It's to hide from the sun when the sun gets too hot. That's what I predict. Anyways, what else we got here? Oh, these volcanoes that are erupting. These are insane. So this one says, Russian volcano unleashes a massive 1,000-mile-long river of smoke. A massive volcano eruption has sent ash and lava flowing over 1,000 miles, creating a stunning spectacle. And as you can see over here, this is the satellite view from above. You can see the little devil horns of the lava and the smoke just going out. How is this an omen, right? As I teach and as I see the plasma apocalypse, it really revolves around a couple of different cruxes, okay? One of those is the depressurization of the fluid that we walk around in that we call atmosphere. Both us up here on the surface world and those below who live within the hollow realms of our world, okay? All of that atmosphere will and needs to depressurize every once in a while. Now, what you're seeing is evidence of that happening. As their magnetic field down within the earth goes through fluctuations, right? That magnetic field holds in all of those gases because they're diamagnetic. They're repulsed by a strong magnetic force, the earth's magnetic force being the strongest of all. When that magnetic force field that the earth produces fluctuates, it creates openings. When it creates openings, it allows for pockets of gases to be released in mass in different places from time to time. When it's a whole bunch of fluctuations, you'll see more volcanoes erupting. You'll see more geysers exploding, which I have another article about here too. You'll see more ball lightning, right? You'll see more earthquake lights. You'll have more earthquakes. It's like a domino effect. It's affecting everything, or many things, I should say. Dodos. Dodos are now in the news. I want to talk about this. It's just a weird bird. Why we got the dodo so absurdly wrong? How is this an omen? That they want to all of a sudden... Do you notice that these extinct animals are coming up more and more? Not just in topics, in the news, and in stories and articles, but they're physically coming up. As in they're reappearing when people thought that they were extinct, or they're trying to recreate them genetically, trying to bring them back. What is this desire that we have? What is this connection? It's our collective subconscious telling us and knocking on the door of the back of our mind, trying to wake us up to what is on the way. These are returning. What are these? They're gigantic birds. Gigantism is returning to our world. Everything is shrinking in size right now because of the increased pressure and the decrease in life-sustaining gases in our world, right? It's called a sinful condition. It's called entropy, or exponentially increasing entropy, right? But that will be done away with during this next apocalyptic cycle. Gigantism will return as the pressure decreases, as the oxygen increases, and the plasmas, flood through our world, basically sanitizing our world, right? Everything's going to grow to be gigantic sizes, including birds, right? Some of these birds, the flightless type, will become what people now call dinosaurs, for the most part, right? For the most part. These are raptors, as we portray them today. This is our imagination. This is not what raptors really look like. okay? Raptor, technically, Velociraptor, we'll say, which is what these are from Jurassic Park, means quick snatcher. Okay, they'll tell you that it means bird of prey or a fast bird of prey, a quickly moving bird of prey, but that's still interesting. They associate raptors with birds of prey, right? These are not what raptors look like. They're birds. They're giant birds during a time of gigantism, right? Everything will grow to be gigantic sizes for the most part. There will be anomalies and there will be exceptions, and there will be little things too. Some of you will be the little things as well. But these are what your quote-unquote dinosaurs will look like when they're gigantic, okay? These things, these types of weird birds and stuff, growing to be amazing, gigantic, terrific, terrible creatures, okay? Some of them may be friendly. Some of them may not. I wouldn't mess with this. Whatever that is, he looks like he's just has a soulless look in his eye. Fudge that. I'm not even going near that thing. You can if you're a bird lover. I don't like bugs. I don't like birds. Okay, I'm not a fan. But anyways, these are going to be your dinosaurs. Okay, quote unquote dinosaurs. There's also other creatures that I call phantazoids, which is different from just simple gigantism. But that's a different topic. Here we have many different flightless birds across time, right? Of varying sizes. Look how big this one is. Look how big their faces are, their bills and stuff. And their wings on their back, those are their little Tyrannosaurus arms, or their little Velociraptor arms and stuff like that. People dig up the bones and they're like, oh, it's giant lizards, the time when the reptilians ruled the world. Okay, well that harkens back to something other than dinosaurs, okay? The reptilians, or silica-based beings possibly, or alien humanoids and stuff, right? The reptilian creatures that many of us know live within the earth, or at least the type of humanoids. But here's what they look like. They're ostriches, they're emus. I wouldn't screw with one of these. Have you ever seen an emu? An emu has an attitude. An ostrich can get an attitude. I don't want to be anywhere near that. Sucker will pluck your eyeball out so fast. They're not afraid, okay? These suckers will run right along. And these are tiny compared to what's to come, okay? These things are just going to grow to huge sizes. Some people might tame some of them. They might ride some of them. They might employ some of them. We'll probably have telepathy going into these times with an electromagnetically amplified atmosphere, so we'll be able to talk and communicate with them and vice versa. Yellowstone Park announces a new thermal discovery. So remember how I told you how important it is to consider the depressurization and the fluctuations that are happening within the Earth's magnetic field that lead to massive releases of gases? Well, we're seeing that correspond by holes appearing across the world. Some of these holes, whenever they have, whenever they're in areas where there's pressure building up and geothermal activity and water and minerals and stuff, you get these geothermal pools, like this light blue milky looking substance in this one. This is brand new. You see all these little debris and rocks and stuff all the way around this? They didn't know this existed. It didn't exist. This is a brand new geothermal pool. It exploded. This is the Earth exploding from the inner Earth depressurizing due to fluctuations in its magnetic field, right? Releasing massive amounts of gas coming up through those cracks and crevices, and boom! And then you have water following behind and stuff, right? These are the springs of the earth. As it talks about in the book of Genesis, the flood not only came from above, but also came from below, right? But you see a lot of sinkholes opening up, a lot of hole symbolism in TV. There's this one TV show, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like in Wyoming, this giant hole opened up on this dude's property, and when he jumped into it, it was like he traveled through time and stuff. Anyways, you see a lot of this hole symbolism popping up, okay? And this is a warning. This is to let you know there are massive crevices within the earth, and there will be even more crevices within the earth that will open up vast amounts of earth. This is tiny in comparison to what's coming. Within Islam, they have a prophecy that says 3 massive holes, like the size of countries, I believe, will open up in 3 different parts of the earth before the end of days, before the end of times. Now let's skip over to Connecticut. The governor, Lamont, activates an extreme hot weather protocol. Let me see if I could get this on screen here. Extreme hot weather protocol. You see that? This is exactly what I was telling you that it's going to lead up to. Right now, it's a protocol. Pretty soon, it'll be mandatory. Pretty soon, you'll get text messages telling you that it's your bedtime. It's time to go inside because the sun is coming out and it's the middle of the day. And for your own safety, it's too hot. You need to go inside. You know what I mean? Or you need to spray down your lawn or whatever it is. So beginning Tuesday afternoon, it says cooling centers will open and can be located by visiting some place, calling some number. Governor Ned Lamont today announced that due to a weather forecast indicating that Connecticut will experience a multi-day stretch of exceptionally hot and humid conditions, he's directing Connecticut's extreme hot weather protocol to be activated, effective at 12 noon on Tuesday, and it will remain in effect until Friday, July 18th. During this period, temperatures are expected to reach into the 90s, and very humid conditions will push the heat index near or above 100 degrees each day. The whole thing about this is that they're activating these protocols, right? They're getting you used to hearing that you need to listen to them for your own safety. Okay, this is going to lead to martial law. This is going to lead to the government's completely taking control and the people loving it. The people won't fight against it at all. They're going to be like, oh yes, we need this. And then they'll start policing themselves as if they don't already, but it'll be even worse. They'll start turning in each other for the good of the collective zombies and sleepwalkers in the world. What else we got here? So this is in my neck of the woods. There was, on my way back, this actually held up the freeway traffic for miles. It says, in an act most unprecedented, the Colorado Renaissance Festival shall limit the vending of entry scrolls. Right? There's so many people going to the Renaissance Festival that they're limiting the tickets and stuff here in Colorado. I'm sure it's happening everywhere else too. You may have noticed how popular events like the Renaissance Festival have become over the last couple of decades. Everybody's going. Everybody wants to go. Why? What's the reason behind that? Where's my remote control for my light? There it is. What's the reason? Right? Does everybody just love the Dark Ages? Is it that compelling? Is it that amazing? No. I mean, I do, personally. Do we have this many nerds and stuff? No, there's a lot of regular people, cool people, businessmen, whatever. Everyone is going to this. Why? The Dark Ages are returning. Okay? The Dark Ages are right around the corner. Now, technically, you live in the Dark Ages. This is an age of darkness. Morally speaking, energetically speaking, we're in the dark. Okay? People used to be smart, where now we have devices to be smart for us. And they're not even smart. They're not even intelligent, I should say. I don't really like the word smart. I think people need to start going back to using the word intelligent. But anyway, the Dark Ages are returning. That's the omen that you're seeing here. Not only that, but there is something profound that resonates with all of us. It's like we want this to happen. We want to go back to the Middle Ages. We know and acknowledge that the modern world sucks. Screw technology, which is crazy because every single one of these people is going to be glued to their cell phone the whole time. They're going to be taking selfies, they're going to be taking pictures, they're going to be taking videos. They're not going to actually experience it, which is too bad, right? But the cool thing is, one day, all of you, whether you like it or not, will experience the Renaissance Festival because it will be your world returned to you. These things are all cyclical. They happen over and over again. Next up, as Coast Guard receives billions for new Arctic funding, Alaska region gets new commander and name. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care about the commander. Don't care about the name. This could be anybody. He's just a pawn on a chessboard. Okay, so I don't really care about any of that stuff. But check this out. This month, Donald Trump signed a budget bill with almost $25 billion for new Coast Guard construction, including $9 billion for new icebreakers and $300 million for new Coast Guard facilities in Alaska. Icebreakers. Why? The Arctic, the North Pole, the ancient phantom island of Hyperborea rising up out of the ocean, out of the Arctic Ocean, and new resources all of a sudden being available. Not only that, but it's not just the icebreakers. You'll notice that they're moving their militaries closer and closer to the Arctic because there will be a war. There will be inner Earth denizens that cannot come up right now. But like I said, just as those gases can come up from time to time because of those fluctuations, one of these days, those boundaries will be removed from Gog and Magog, anode and cathode, one side and the other, and they will rise up. And they don't want anybody taking that land. That's their land. I mean, they live in the basement at the moment. Now, this is all my theory, and I think it's amazing. I love my theory, and it makes perfect sense to me. But these countries of the world are not getting closer to the Arctic because they're getting ready to fight one another. They're on the same team. This is the one world order. The new world order is a one world grocery store, okay? It's a one world system. It's a one world business. They're not different countries, okay? I mean, you don't have to believe me, but I'm stressing this, okay? If that's true, then they're meeting up at the Arctic and they're preparing and getting ready for a couple different reasons. One is there's going to be someone else to fight that will show up at the center of the world in the Arctic, right? Two is the land. It's a race to which mountain? It's a race back to Rupus Nigra, Mount Meru, the Magic Island, the Hesperides, the Western Isles. The perfect land, paradise, terrestrial, physical, actual paradise on Earth. The place, the place of power on Earth, the Earth's power source where it will be released. And the people who live there will have the most power. They will be the most charged and most ready to be in charge whenever they leave that land. And they go become nomadic and take over the world once again. So keep your eyes out for that. Next up, working family tax cuts. Hey, all right, yay. Tax cuts, I love it. Man, they're cutting taxes. Isn't that just the best? Shouldn't we just be celebrating? Republicans look for new ways to sell the big, beautiful bill. Democrats are poised to contest the Republican talking points at every turn, emphasizing the cuts to Medicaid as the two parties ready for next year's midterm election. There are no two parties. It's the same party. They're both the exact same, like I just told you. It's the same. It's just sections of Walmart, okay? Like competing for upsales. That's it. But it's all Walmart. It's all a business, okay? Celebrating that your taxes are being cut is like celebrating that you're getting tortured less. You're still getting tortured. You're being robbed. Robbed. I just pronounced every letter in that word. Okay. Taxes. You're being taxed. You know what that means? That means you're being lied to about your wages, at your slave wages at that. Not only do they want you to be a happy little slave, and they won't teach you how to start your own business and realize your value that you can offer and bring to the world so that you can exchange value for value and then be wealthy and well off for the rest of your life. They won't teach you that. They will teach you how to sign your name and do basic math and work a cash register or turn it on at least so that it can do the work for you so that you can go be a slave so that they can tax you. What does that mean? Taking a portion of your income. Duh. No. You don't ever get that. It cannot be taken from you unless you have it in the first place. You're not paid that money. You're lied to about your wages, about your slave wages, about your income. Doesn't that frustrate some of you? Frustrates me that it's happening to everybody. Not just taxes from your job, sales taxes, and, oh, I would like a candy bar. Well, it says 99, it says $1. Well, that'll be $1.13. That'll be $1.25. No, you said $1. Yeah, but taxes. No, these are lies. This is deception. This is falsity. This is unrighteousness. This is evil. So everyone's celebrating about some big, beautiful bill where you're going to get robbed a little bit less than you normally get robbed? Pfft. Let's see what happens in this video.
Merging patriotism and politics at the White House tonight.
Happy 4th of July.
The 4th of July festivities serving as a backdrop for President Trump to showcase his actions.
The one big, beautiful bill.
With a flourish and a Sharpie.
Can you see there's puppets? Can you look back at any president and you're thinking that's the most intelligent person I've ever met in my life? That person deserves to be Look how intelligent they are. Some of you might. I don't. Sundown just gave me $20. Hope your trip with your kids was full of memories. Hey, thank you so much, Sundown. That was very kind of you. And it was. Listen, I got to keep going on this. Okay, let's check this out.
Signed into law the massive bill that sweeps up his biggest policy objective.
What's up with these people, man? They can't be real. It just can't be. So he's signing something. That means you have to do what they say, basically. And look at all these puppets applauding. Yay, big beautiful bill. Less taxes, great. Should be no taxes, none. I mean, man, like if I did decide to like run for president, which I can't and I won't and whatever, but if I was going to run for president, that'd be one of my first things. I'd be like, no taxes at all, none, zero, none.
It's supported by only Republicans.
But potholes. But JayDreamerZ, what about the potholes? What about us all pitching in to fix things like potholes? Yeah, like potholes.
Ready?
Yeah. Fix it yourself. Okay? If you care that much about holes in the road or whatever, stop building that crap. Stop using crap material that falls apart that you have to, trick people into thinking, oh, we just have to constantly fix potholes forever. How about you use like a material that lasts? They have roads from ancient Rome that people still use. Stop. Are you serious? They're pulling the wool right over your eyes. Let me pound the gavel because that's important.
That includes tax cuts, funding border security, while making cuts to safety net programs like Medicaid and food assistance.
Funding border security. Now I'm just going to go off on a rant, okay? I don't believe in borders except for like, your own little personal property, but you don't even have your own personal property. That's the government's property. Even if you think it's yours, it's not, okay? But borders, forget that. Like if I was going to be the president, okay, JayDreamerZ for president, president of the world, okay, I would erase all borders and declare all lands open for being claimed once again. We'd have like a rush for claiming land or whatever. And you can only claim, a certain amount. You can't claim a national park or anything crazy like that. Medicaid. Look at this stuff. How about take care of yourself? Right? I need the government to take care of me. No, all this free medical stuff or whatever, this comes in because you're paying your doctors $190,000 a year or some crazy ludicrous amount to go in and just pretend to be the boss, wear a lab coat, and guess at what might be wrong with you, and then prescribe you some crap so that you stay away for a while. It will make you sick. You come back, you keep giving them more money. It's a revolving door. Like, if being a doctor is so admirable, why don't you volunteer? You know what I mean? Like, you're not even doing anything. You're a professional guesser. I'm sorry. I know that some people might be doctors or whatever. I'm unimpressed. I don't care. Okay? I'm a doctor. Okay? I doctor my son all the time. If he gets hurt or whatever, I'll slap a Band-Aid on it. I'll examine it. I'll figure out what's wrong with him, and I'll try my best to fix him. Right? You should all be doctors. Every single one of you should be a banker. You should be a doctor. You should be a business owner. You should be a cook, a chef, an electrician. No, I can't. I don't have the time or the money to go get approved by somebody else and get a piece of paper signed by the Wizard of Oz. Food assistance. It's called seeds. Put the seeds in the ground, put earth on top of it, pour some water on it, and you have food forever. In the right place, under the right conditions. All you gotta do is learn the right place and the right conditions, and boom, food forever, medicine forever. It all comes from the earth. The earth provides freely. The earth doesn't charge you. This guy charges you, and everybody like him. Okay, whether they wear red or blue or purple or pink, I don't care. Okay, thank you. Thank you for hearing me say all that. Next up, it's official. Ooh, it's from an office somewhere. It's official. NASA detects critical signs of a volcanic eruption in the United States and activates an emergency alert. So here's some more volcanic news, right? Somewhere up in Alaska, they're predicting that this volcano that hasn't erupted for 100 years is about to blow its top. And it's called the Yamana volcano, or Iliama volcano. And in Alaska, it's about to erupt. Who is that? Craig. What's up, Craig? Thanks for subscribing. Welcome to my channel. What is Iliama? Iliama is a volcano considered active, located in the Kenai Fords National Park, southwest of Anchorage. It hasn't erupted since 1876. Now, this is huge. Keep your eyes on these volcanoes. Keep your eyes on the holes opening up in the ground. Keep your eyes on strange forms of lights that are happening in the sky, hovering over the ground. Increased UFO sightings, UAP, whatever you want to call them. All right, strange lights in the sky, fireballs. You know, all the things that we've been talking about lately. These are all huge omens of an upcoming apocalypse that is cyclical in nature, that we have from time to time. Cataclysms that are cyclical in nature, not just the apocalypse like the big one, but smaller cataclysms that change our world in drastic ways. Not as drastic as the apocalypse itself, but worldwide cataclysms like the little winter and, you know, other similar things too. These things are on the way. They will happen. Okay, they have happened many times before. There's nothing new under the sun. It is inevitable. So, you can ignore it. You can not believe it. You can think it's doom and gloom and plug your ears and go, nya, 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 I'm not listening. You can go off partying until the day that it comes. You can ignore everything and live in ignorant bliss for a time. But then our time will come. Those of us who have waited for the energy in this world to shift and change so that it goes from a season of Satan to a millennial reign. From a time of darkness to a time of lights, the age of light, which is exactly how the Freemasons refer to it as. Last but not least, brain abnormality in modern humans is linked to ancient Neanderthal DNA. Let me tell you why. Brain abnormalities, like autism and stuff, in modern humans is linked to ancient Neanderthal DNA. You, a modern human, are and will be linked to Neanderthals. Okay? What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that the Flintstones cartoon is a reflection of a reality that has already come and gone, and one that is cyclical, and it is on the way. You are the future Neanderthals. Or when I say you, I mean our society, those who survive from our society in particular. Those are the future cavemen. Those are the future modern Stone Age family. All of the people of this world that slip through the cracks and make it through the plasma apocalypse are the cavemen, are the Neanderthals. So it's no surprise to me that they're finding links between modern humans and brain conditions they may have had once their society got out of control, and ancient Neanderthals, and the DNA that binds them and creates them and keeps them together. So that is my show for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got something from it. And I'll see you next time. Until then, I'm JayDreamerZ saying good vibes and goodbye.
In a time when an ancient cataclysm is about to return, one book holds the key to unlocking the biggest secret in all of history. JayDreamerZ presents Ancient Oblivion, the Plasma Apocalypse. Study it, and you'll discover the very real details behind the reoccurring event that resets civilizations and reshapes the entire world. Bridging the gap between fiction and fact, this book is a must-have for all truth seekers. Then in his second book, you'll learn about the one place of refuge from this world storm. You'll explore the ends of the earth, find the fountain of youth, and envision yourself enveloped in the vapor canopy. In Ancient Oblivion, Return to Hyperborea. Available now. Order direct from JayDreamerZ and receive your very own autographed copy. Go to JayDreamerZ.com for more information on our Ancient Oblivion and the Plasma Apocalypse, and sign up for a free 24-hour cram session with a complimentary day pass. The end is near, so order now before it's too late.
Something's forcing me to stay. It'd be easier for me if I turned away to flee. But there's something holding on, the way of being long gone. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake I'll try so hard to fade away, but something's forcing me to stay. It'd be easier for me if I turn away to flee. But there's something holding on in the way of being long gone. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up, time to wake up.